You're listening to the Unpainted Podcast with Sneaker Fair Kicks. The dopest artists weighing in on staying creative, money, fame, and glory. Get that creative kick you need for the weekend. The Unpainted Podcast. Make art and hustle.
Yo. Welcome to episode 2, number dose of the Unpainted Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony of Sneaker Fair Kicks. And today, I got just another lighthearted, fun individual. And, we just gonna have a good time. So, I'm expecting great things. This is a good friend of mine. He's a really down-to-earth dude. Excellent artist. And I'm just knowing you're going to love him. So, without further ado, let me introduce you all to KCJ Customs. Yo, what's happening, brother?
What's good?
Man, welcome. Welcome to the Unpainted Podcast. You know what it is. We always on IG together. So I said I got to get my brother on the podcast. I got to get him on the pod. You know what's up. So we just going to start off how I start off every podcast I get into. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself, brother?
Oh, wow. Okay. My name is Kyle Jameson. That's how I went by the initials of KCJ. And how that started with KCJ is I was on Facebook. I never really put my name out there, so I just made up a name. It's Kawhi Curry James as the basketball players. You know, that's how I just put it.
Okay.
That's how I came up with that whole KCJ because it's my initials. Instead of just put my real name, I just use that. But anywho, born and raised in Toledo, and I moved to Mississippi. So that's about almost 15 years. So yeah, I've been starting customizing about 16 years too as well. So just a little bit about me. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Nothing exciting or crazy.
Man, give us the exciting. The people want the exciting. Give us the deets, brother. But anywho, you said customizing. So this is a podcast about artists, about the dopest artists, around. What is customizing, my friend?
Ooh, customizing is really just personalizing, just your own, being creative. Something that you can create, something that you had imagined of doing, or something that you want that you couldn't get as well. Pretty much just freestyling, I say.
Okay. And what exactly are you customizing? I obviously know what it is, but what about our audience who has no idea of what customizing is? What does KCJ Customs customize?
Ooh, okay. I guess I do a little show and tell, like I like to do.
Ooh, we love show and tell.
Customizing shoes.
Check it out.
The other shoe, like that, like this, I customize shoes, sneakers.
Oh, okay then. So, I'm seeing some fire. Obviously, some fire. I expected no less of you, my friend. Now, for the viewing audience, that might have been just, something new to them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain your art journey to us? Like, take us down memory lane, and how did you get into art in general? Okay. And then, how did you get into customizing painting shoes? Like, where did this come from?
Okay. Well, with art, it started as me just as a child, as like, I'll say maybe like in preschool, starting off, learning how with shapes and colors, and then, start off with Legos and log blocks, all those sorts of things like that. And then, of course, coloring books and things like that. And just drawing, like, because I always used to be into trying to draw like athletes and things like that, and try to do that, and then work my way up into just drawing sneakers. Now, how I got into sneakers is just being around like like my cousin and my little brother dad, because he was into Michael Jordan and stuff like that, and he used to work at Foot Locker, and he used to get the J's and things like that, and that kind of got me into it a little bit more. And then it just went on from there as far as like customizing. I say, like, I'm trying to get it all right at a timelining of all this. It's how I got into like customizing. I think I always wanted to be a footwear designer. That's where it really honestly starts.
Oh, talk about that.
Because I used to get, sheet of paper from school, or I asked my mom, could she get me the 8x11 sheets, and I just do that, draw some designs, or even like trace, or like Air Force or any shoe, and just color with Sharpies, coloring pencils, and things like that. And then I just ran across a Finish Line catalog magazine called Spike, and it had Allen Iverson on the cover.
Oh man, Spike.
Yes, that, and it had a article on there like with people like customizing shoes and stuff. I just went from there, and did a little bit more. It did a little more research trying to find out what paint to use and things like that. It was a website called Uptown.net. It's a very, very old site.
Yeah, now you going back.
Yeah, it had like all the Air Force Ones and things like that, and then it had an article on there where like how to customize shoes and what type of paints, and how to prep the shoes and all that stuff. And they had the websites as well, what the paints to buy and what to use. And I clicked on one of the websites. It was Canon Shop, and
yes, sir.
And I just went from there with that, And the rest is just history as far as that. And just worked on the sneakers and stuff like that, and wore them to school. Senior year in high school, and I wore them to school and stuff like that. And it was a little bit like a show and tell.
Yeah. So me and you got some real similar stories. That was, honestly, very similar to how I got into it, with the exception of, the magazines and stuff, but I do remember Spike magazine.
Yo, the magazine, not to cut you off, and
go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the magazines, oh my gosh, it's so much, because like this has been years ago. We're talking about like 2000s, yo, like
about 20 years ago.
Yes, like early 2000 years where everything was just flashy, throwbacks.
Yeah.
New era fitted, like those days. When it really when like MTV BET was showing music videos.
Yep.
So that's how back we're going, y'all. I remember like Source Magazine, Double XL, Vibe, even King Magazine. Like I said,
oh man,
I'm sure it's a young audience in here. Y'all don't know. It's all good. But yeah, I used to see like customizing sneakers from one of the pages in the articles as well, and that really got me into it too. Like, ooh, okay, if they can do it, I know I could do it. If I can't, at least I'm going to make a forward effort and try.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be, like I said, I couldn't afford sneakers at the time, didn't have a job. I was just a school kid, and I just loved to draw, and I was just focused on just being a footwear designer. It was that or play basketball. So, but yeah, that's how that really came about with all that. You're just watching that, and you remember that video? Not video, the DVD that came out just for kicks.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that I watched. I watched that and seen one of the artists on there was customizing shoes. I forgot his name, but I remember the website called Tangler Thoughts. They showed
Man.
it showed the pair that he done with the it was an Air Force One, of course. This is
Right.
once again, youngins, all my youngins. This is before Yeezys and before everybody was customizing Air Jordans. Okay, that was not allowed back then.
It's
If
true.
if you do that back then, either you was crazy or you was just you don't care. You know, you just want to
or they was gonna call them fakes anyway.
fakes.
If you customize, they would say it was a fake.
That
You
is
know it.
that is well.
Yeah, painting Jordans was like pure taboo. Like whether you knew what you was doing or not, that was a taboo to paint Jordans back then.
Yeah, it was like, man, what, man, you got them at the corner store, man. You get going with that. You know?
Right? Yeah. You had the fakes from the corner store, the corner store or the gas station.
Gas station, that's right. That's right. Or somebody was outside the corner store in the back of the trunk.
Yeah.
On top of the hood and everything.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was, man, it's crazy times back then.
Too, so hey, I mean, as a kid and stuff, as a teenager, I thought it was real though. You know, they wanted from, sell for like $50, $60. So hey, I bought a few, didn't know at the time.
Oh no.
But it's like, yo.
Oh man. So you said something earlier that caught my attention. You had a few influences in your life that kind of sparked your creativity. Talk about that a little bit for me.
Ooh, my influences in the art of far like customizing my influence, yes, was Tangler Thoughts, Future Kicks, Uncut Ink, and I think it was like a store or a group where they used to do the three-dimensional paint on Air Forces called Philly in Miami.
Yeah.
That really got me into it and customizing and doing a little more creativity in art as well.
Okay.
And,
Go ahead, please.
yeah, but like, as far as like now in art, I would say I don't want to say the typical, of course, the usuals. Excuse me.
Oh man, you say what you got to say. We keep it real here.
Oh yeah, I know, but I want to correct that. I'll say like Pollock is one of them though. How he does the splatters and stuff like that.
Okay.
When I was, in art history, one of
Yeah,
my
we was talking about
putting the
I was
movie.
talking about Jackson Pollock with Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my teacher put
Episode 1.
DVD on it. Yeah, put a DVD in there, and we was watching that and stuff like that. The things he went through and stuff like that. You know what? Like, wow. I mean, the man went through a lot, with his life, and the things that one of the teachers stuff was saying to him was like, okay, well, dang, okay. He went on did his own thing, got the canvas, splattered some paint, didn't care, Now,
Yeah, for those who don't know who we talking about, we talk about Jackson Pollock. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Jackson Pollock was like one of the first off. Jackson Pollock is the man who made splatters cool. So anything you see that has splatters on it, my young customizers, customizing artists, if you look at anything that has splatters and you enjoy that, Jackson Pollock is the premier artist when it comes to splatters. He's the guy who made that cool to do, because early on in his career, nobody was doing that. Nobody was doing like really abstract contemporary style, and Jackson Pollock pioneered just making like splats, just tossing paint on canvases, for hours, and he was not respected early on. So that's what we're referring to. So continue, please.
But yeah, I can kind of relate to that a little bit, especially like painting, customizing shoes. Because I try as earlier, try to take it a little bit serious where I want to make it a little bit further like it is today. And the thing is, I think what happened is where it's like, okay, art is not, that's it's nothing. That's not a class. There's nothing people can teach and all that going on, or no one's not going to buy your work and this and that. You're going to be broke and all that stuff going on. All the negativity and stuff like that. And then, when you start doing it and stuff like that, you kind of believe it because things are moving slow. Because I'll say, I was like kind of like rush myself. I was kind of like slight impatient, and that was the problem. That was the problem because I'm letting negativity from people that don't have any type of talent or any skill at all, or they may try to do something they wanted to do, trying to accomplish a goal. They never accomplished it. They want you to fit in right on with them.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And
that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, and that right there, like, okay, But I just continue on doing it. I did stop for a while because I was trying to get myself together. Just develop myself as a man as well as a grown adult. But I like I said, I mean, the job I used to work, it was 12 hours and things like that. I tried to do that and work. It just could never work out and things like that.
Okay, yeah, I want to circle back to that in a second because I had a thought when you were talking, and I want to ask you if you can describe your creative style. If you could put that into words. If somebody was to say, "Hey, describe your style to me," what would you say? What would you say?
You know what? It's the word I always say, and it stick to me. Complex. Complex. Very complex.
Okay, so you would just say it's complex.
Complex.
Hey,
I'll say the complex and bizarre.
Complex and bizarre.
And bizarre.
Okay. Okay. Two words. Very, very intriguing. That's okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I would want to know more if I didn't know you. So it sounds good then.
Yeah. See, dang, I wish I can pull up all of my old work. I think I showed you in others. I think I DM. That's about like a couple of months ago. But I wish I could show all my stuff where I used to do my work. Cause I used to deal with the whole 3-dimensional paint and stuff like that. And that's I think I find myself from others, was painting as well. I always wanted something just different besides just painting. She was like, I just want something just different, a little bit more graphic, something that people could like, the texture. Some people could just look and like, ooh,
yeah,
and feel. That's my whole thing with that.
Okay. I mean, I like that. I'm enjoying seeing people be able to incorporate texture into their artwork, especially in more non-traditional styles of art. Because I mean, I'm used to seeing that on canvas. A textured canvas, a textured piece.
Keep
But
talking, brother. Matter of fact, I got something.
go for it. Go ahead. Go ahead. We want to see it. Yeah. But that's always been a thing. That I enjoy is to be able to see texture in more of an unconventional sense when it comes to artwork. Like I've seen texture on a mural before, and which is something that surprised me because I hadn't seen that, most of my art journey. I haven't seen texture on a mural. So, that's always pretty cool. What you got for us?
Y'all say y'all ready?
What you got? What you got?
This
Yeah.
got texture. Something different.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
If anybody can take a wild guess what this is.
It looks to me like a donut or some cereal.
Uh-oh. Getting close. I'm trying to see if we pick up on the camera. There we go. There you go, y'all.
Yeah, I can definitely see it.
Yeah. Trying to get my angles right, y'all.
Uh,
But the whole inspiration behind this, voila.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that's 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 very bizarre and complex. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've been enjoying it, man. Like that's what I mean when I say, I love seeing something that's different, especially something different from the things that I imagine in my own head, and so like where does your inspiration come from? In that case, because I mean, like, that's something that I would not think about. So, like, where do you get this from?
This style here, it was just really just like I said, just finding myself because like I said from earlier, Philly Miami did a whole 3D dimensional paint. I didn't know at the time. I thought it was some rhinestones, but no, they was using three-dimensional paint, and I
Yeah.
just went from there like that. Like instead of just doing dots, just like let's play around with it a little bit. And how did that
Okay.
start off by just buying some slide on canvas shoes, the Vans.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do it like a SpongeBob and Patrick. I wanted to get that sponge and that starfish look and feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I played around with it a little bit and stuff. I'm like, okay, it looks kind of like a starfish and kind of looks sponged. And then I touched like, ooh, it do feel like a starfish because starfish feels like very lumpy.
Yeah.
It had those grooves
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Right.
That's how I kind of got the inspiration of that, like from that design, like starfish, and to really get deep into it because I'm a walker, you guys. I love to walk. I can walk
Okay.
anywhere, and because I be outside, I just look down sometimes. I look up, of course, because I ain't trying to get hit or get run over. But
Yeah.
but right, I pay attention to the ground so much of trying to get to find out like what else I could do with this design I have and I'm using,
Okay. Okay.
and just looking at the concrete, you know, pebble rocks, all sorts of things. That's where I really get my inspiration from, just being outside, just dealing with nature outside.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was gonna say
Yeah,
nature.
nature,
Yeah. Okay.
nature.
Wow. Yeah. That's
It's
cool.
beautiful.
All right. Yeah. Man. That's wild. So circling back to something you said. I don't know, a couple minutes ago. Um. You were talking about trying to find yourself and mature,
Mhm.
and you spoke about like your like a work life balance. Now
Yeah.
I feel like that is a hot button topic for artists, especially artists moving into their adult years, or
Hmm.
even us that are in our adult years who maybe have other responsibilities like a family.
Right.
Maybe we do have a career outside of our artwork. What is that experience? What was that experience like for you then, and like what is that experience like for you now?
Okay. Now, but then, oof. Now I had an 8-hour job before I had the 12. Now the 8-hour
Mm-hmm.
job I had, it was cool. I had a balance, a good balance where I can work on painting and I can go to work for a good 4 hours, you know, and do that. And then, the pay wasn't that well. And, I just wanted something different because I used to work at that 8-hour job for like about 5 years. Yeah. 'Cause I started at 20 and stopped around, and I left that job when I was like 25, turning 25.
Oh wow. Okay, 5 years.
Hmm. And yeah, I've just put in the application because I'm sure it is like that today, where they just have like temp service jobs and stuff like that. So I started applying one, and it had a 12-hour job and stuff like that, and it makes better pay and get decent hours and that, and you can get overtime, all that good old stuff they will throw at you
Mm-hmm.
just to have somebody there to work. And I did that for 7 years, and then I got hired at that job too as well.
Man.
So I did a year and a half where I was hired. 7 years in a temp. No, 5 years as a temp, 1.5 hired. And it was a swing
Wow.
shift. It's a swing shift too. If anybody don't know what a swing shift is, where you were like you work like 2 weeks of days and 2 weeks of nights. You get your days off, like 2 days to work, 2 days off, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, and I tried now with that. I mean, I used to be like, because like I said, I'm young. I want to do something for myself. Not only to make myself proud, but make my family proud. To just let them know that I'm gonna be all right. I can do it. I can make it. You know what I mean? And I used to go into overtime a lot. I mean, I was a straight worker, and then I had to fall back one time when I got hired, realizing like, is this what I really want to do? They have. I mean, you get a lot of those type of corporate jobs. You'll get those. All the insurance, all the benefits, all that good stuff.
Right.
Which anybody in America will want. The American dream. But you have to really think about like that's the American dream. But what is your dream?
Yeah.
What is your dream?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Not just what people just thrown in your face. Oh, it's the money, it's the bonus, it's this and that. It's the benefits, good and fine. But the thing is, I have to find out what I want to do. Am I okay with this? Am I comfortable with this? Knowing that, working that whole person working at that job was to save up, invest in customizing. I couldn't do both. I couldn't do both, and I had to just, like in the job, you just have to, you can't really just beat yourself like you really want to. Well, keeping it like Dave Chappelle that scene, that sketch, keeping the real goes wrong.
Yeah.
So I had to like, okay, because like I really want the job, just to save up and invest into my customizing, but knowing that. In all reality, it wasn't going to work because I had to get my sleep. I still had to get my rest. And when I do have those days off, I try to do, but the whole time, and plus me doing overtime, I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. I just know me like I'm going to get my rest, or say I have the weekend, come get Friday to Sunday. I'll get that. I'll get that rest that Friday. Saturday, I may be lazy. Oh. As hell. I know we can cuss or not. As hell. Sunday, I'm doing everything, but guess what? It's time for me to go back to work on a Monday. I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't really just manage those times that I did have because I worked it so much. I was trying to relax my mind, my body, and everything.
Right.
And take care of my home and things like that. Right. And then some of these corporate the corporate jobs, it's always rules and policy of things, and they have these silly old things they try to do. They have like a list of things like that you're supposed to know and all that stuff going on just to see you're on your job, all that stuff going on, and it's just ridiculous to me. Like this is not what I really want to do. Just finding out the hard way because I'm trying to chase what I really want to do.
Yeah, I get that. So how would you say that affected that affected your creativity, like in the sense of like were you really bothered by it? Did it cause you to go long periods without making things? Do you feel as if you could have you could have done better for yourself, like advocating for yourself so that you could be more of a creative, expressive person, or is it just something that you didn't really give much thought?
I would say both, most definitely, because I always still had that creative mind. I want to do this and that. Like I said, never put the forth and effort of time because the way I worked. Oh yeah, I worked at a factory job, y'all. Work on assembly, had to move around a lot. That's all I was doing. I had to go do this, go do that, back and forth. So I mean, moving a lot. So that's how that came in place with that. But yeah, I always had ideas and stuff. Like I said, never got around with it because the way I was working. That's that right there. Like, oh gosh, I'm never gonna, I'm never gonna, have a hand on a brush. If I do, it's gonna be every blue moon.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely understand that feeling, man. I've been there myself. I've gone, months, sometimes almost a full year without making something, to the point of when, I got around to doing something, people would be like, man, like, you finally doing something, you finally painting something, you finally drawing something, and it kind of affected my mental health because, around these times, I was a family man, I got married at 25, and I had a son at 27, so like I was a family man, and I did the same thing. Anytime OT would come around, I was the first one there. I would ask about OT before they asked for volunteers. For me, it was what I thought was best, and I was thinking about being a family man over taking care of myself, because what I wanted to do was take care of my responsibilities.
Right.
Because it meant something to me, earlier me as a younger me prior to being married, and then prior to me, well, I would say prior to me committing to building my family, because even prior to being married, I was doing the same thing, but it didn't require as much as when I got married. Officially, when we were just living together, it was a little easier for me to, be creative when I wanted to, like on the weekends after work. It was a little easier. But once I got married, I just like out of nowhere, it became, maybe it was just me in my mind, it's like, okay, well, you're married now, so certain things you need to, put on the side. And I was sacrificing it. And, so, I had no clue of how unhappy I was, because I was putting all of the extra time into, creating security, but no time for me. Time for me was just taking a day off, and I would, to be honest, be stuck in front of a PlayStation probably, or sleep all day. Something like that, or the occasional time the wife wanted to go out, and go on a date or something,
right?
Things like that. But it would just be so rare, like to maybe months, almost, sometimes almost a year before I made anything. And it just clicked for me at one time. It was like, man, for years you've been giving everybody and everything your time except for yourself, like your true self, because being an artist is the most honest thing I've ever done. It's the only thing I've ever really done for myself. It's probably the only choice that I made with little to no influence to do. As a child, so I started drawing and painting when I was 4, and it was really just because my mom was like, hey man, like, you pretty hyper today, and I just didn't want to go outside because, like, I used to get stung by bees a lot, so I was just like, I don't want to go outside, forget it. Real talk, it's and it was their fault, because for whatever reason, like, my pops or whoever, like, they just not, like, they would wait forever to cut the grass. Like, they would cut the grass and it would be like to your ankle. I'm like, okay. And so, like the dandelions and stuff, the bees having a field day, and I would get stung. It just was like clockwork, so I just eventually caught on to that. I was like, I'm not going outside. And so her solution to that was like, find some space for yourself. Here's crayons, pencils, blah blah blah. Use your imagination. And I kept up with that on my own will, because I wanted to keep doing it. It had nothing to do with her after that first time. So it's the only thing that I've chosen for myself that I know that has had like no influence from anyone else. But again, when I started to mature into being, a responsible adult, I was, I was letting that go without realizing that I was hurting myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Deb can relate to that. And another thing about that with the job and stuff too, I really have to find myself who the people I'm working with or who the crowd and the people I'm hanging around with. Most of them are they're trying to find themselves too. Most of them are trying to find themselves. I mean, from any age, from an 18-year-old all the way to somebody's about to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And you just gotta look like most of them, yeah, they put in the time to work, they got all these benefits and stuff, but they're tired and they're depressed.
That's true.
I had to find myself in that. I'm doing all this, to me trying to take care of home, trying to invest in, of my art supplies and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I had to really question myself because, you have some old supervisor or manager getting all in your face about something little, something little silly, something simple, coming at your face, threatening you to write you up or suspend you and stuff. Like, you know what? I don't have to take this. I'm walking on out. You know what I mean? I want to be free because I felt like I never been. I ain't trying to. Lord knows I don't. It felt like I was in prison. Felt like I was in prison. That's
deep. That's pretty deep.
Because I find myself doing things I normally don't do. No, I ain't saying no type of crazy drugs and stuff like that. Let's correct that right now. I'm talking about like smoking tobacco and stuff like that. Smoking cigarettes. Now I was into drinking stuff like that, but I never was really drinking too crazy stuff like that. I had to find myself. Once I started doing these things, people are gonna put me and look at me as one of them.
Okay.
All the people that are depressed or whatever, or trying to find themselves. Like, I don't want to be part of that crowd because I know me. This is not me. This is me, honestly, like trying to get out but don't know how because I'm in between of working and trying to get myself where I really want to go.
Okay.
And it's like, you gotta get out of that. You gotta snap out of that, And that's what I did. And I left the job, quit the job, try to find a job, but like, you know what? I just want to just be free. I'm free, but I want to be more free where I just dipped on out and went on where my family is at and just start completely all over. And then wherever job it is, I don't care what it is. I'm going to be grateful that I have a job, I have a home, and promise myself that I am going to do what I love to do, and no one's not going to stop me to do that. Not even somebody's close to love, I don't care. Just make sure you do what you love to do the most. Don't change because of something's wrong or someone may say something crazy or trying to fit into something that it ain't you. It's not, that's not your thing. If it's like, if it ain't for you, it's not for you. Just stick on doing what you're doing. Only you can make those changes and do what's right for you. No one else can.
All right. So how does you being a creative today help you deal with those feelings?
Oh man. And it's just honestly, I mean, it might sound cliche, just being positive. Just being positive can just continue on to think, but don't think too hard where you just like, it hurts. Just, just go with the flow. Wherever somebody say or whatever, ignore it, whatever. They're just playing. Continue on just being focused. I always just stay just curating, trying to find something different to do. Like what I haven't done yet, I may had an idea from like 20 years ago or maybe 10 years ago, or maybe from last month I had. That's the things I'm always thinking about something like what I can do new, what I can do different, things like that. And I really try to stay away from what everybody else is doing, which I love to see. But sometimes that could be a distraction. Really be a distraction because you're looking at their work, you're looking at their comments, you're looking at the views, you're looking at the likes and all that stuff going on. It's like, you know what? No, that's cool and fine because I applaud for that. That's good, because one day I'll get there and someone will look at my work and like it too, and I might inspire them. Because the people I look at because the people, I look at, including you, I just like, what? It just give me that drive, that push. If they can do it, I know I can do it.
That's an excellent attitude to have, man.
Never be, overwhelmed, discouraged, or anything like that, man. Don't worry about those likes. Don't worry about the comments. None of that stuff. I mean, someone's out there checking you out. You don't know who it is. You don't know who you touch. And that's the thing with me. I try not to like. Cause I used to be like way before I used to be like, man, like ain't no way this person got all these views and stuff. This is really nothing, on some kind of slight hating type, but not like, no, that's not your lane. That's your lane. It's not your time yet. When it's your time, it'll come. It'll call your name. That's what I have to do.
Right. So man, okay. I want to do an entire episode on that, so it's likely we'll just have to have you back to have to have you further weigh in on that. But for the moment, since it's fresh on your mind, I would like to ask you your opinion on the pressures of being an artist in today's time, seeing as though we have to deal with social media. Do you have any experiences with those pressures? And if so, what do you do? And how like how does it affect you? Like, the pressure of being an artist on social media. I mean, you just talked about likes, comments, that just in general, that the whole social space. Like, what is your experience with that?
Ooh, wow. My experience with all that, man, is just like us. Okay, for example, like reels. You'll see somebody do something crazy, something silly, and they'll get all those likes and stuff. But you'd have done something really creative. You took time to work on, maybe for like weeks or maybe close to months. You don't get those amount of likes, and amount of views, and amount of comments, and you're like, no, like this is what I have to do. You kind of feel like a pile of bad, like dang, this is where we're going with this. Like God,
yeah,
it could be kind of mental draining a little bit, but not as much how, because I have to realize, like I said, that's not my thing, that's their thing, and it's not my time. Because I have to stick on being true to myself and to my craft, to my work.
Right.
I can't, like I said, I can't do certain things. But if I want to do those things, I may ask somebody or do my research or practice if I wanted to do that.
Practice makes perfect.
That's how go with that. As far as that with social media and anything, being creative. I mean, it's room for everybody, especially nowadays. Because like I said, back then It was a tiny, tiny circle.
Tiny.
Very tiny. And you have to know
Tiny.
somebody that knows somebody to know it's
That
official.
knows something about it.
Yep, know somebody and know it's official. So
It's very, very true.
and it's like how it is now. I mean, I'm glad where it's at. I just wish that I can go back in those times. I wish I could go back in 2006 and and just ignore everything that people say about customizing shoes like that. Like you can't do a career like that. Art is not even something you go to school for. All that negative. I really wish. I wish I could go back to my younger self and like, you know what? Screw them. Do this. They may not believe what you can do, and they'll believe in your dreams and your goals.
And they don't have to.
Exactly, and they don't have to. I was getting ready, and they don't have.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, because you know what?
They don't have to.
You have to make people believers.
Right.
That's what I learned later on. You have to make people believe you.
That's the big one. That's the big one. You have to make them believe.
And I always say, because I'm really just a true, cool, laid back. Well, laid back. I like to listen and learn from people. I'm an observer. I'm an observer more than anything, and see, people, personality, how they feel and think, everything. Because I like to learn. I like to watch and learn, listen and learn a lot. And and just like, you know what, I could show you better than I could tell you. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna do too much talking.
Hello.
And you want to, you don't do that anyway. Of course. Because as a matter of fact, I'm studying not only myself, but I'm studying you and everybody else.
Drop some fire emojis in the chat for that one.
Hey.
Hello.
Flaming hundreds. I'm letting y'all use it. I'm going to I don't know if y'all noticed. Every time I put the flaming hundreds, it's 5 of them. That's me. It's not me. It's not a scam, y'all. That's me. That's when I put that down. That means you doing your thing. You're doing your hot damn thing, y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Amanda Lester, longtime supporter. We appreciate you,
Amanda. Salute.
I gotta ask. I mean, because like it's great. I'm enjoying, hearing, what's going on in your mind. Tell me what you believe is the greatest pressure for an artist today.
Ooh, where to start? The greatest pressure.
Talk to me.
I was an artist, man. Woo.
Talk to me. Shout out to Scrawny Johnny on Twitch. We appreciate you.
Johnny, what's good, man? Hey, that's what we're gonna have on the show as well. Scrawny Johnny.
I think Scrawny knows that he has to do an episode with Sneaker Fair Kicks. I think he knows.
And he better know. Well, hey, it's a live I would love to see. But anywho, just not get off the topic. Ooh.
Talk to me.
The pressure, man. The greatest pressure, man. Oh my gosh, man. Honestly, it's kind of hard because it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot. I say, but I know I'm
okay. If you got 3, put them in order.
It's gonna go back what I said before. It's the pressure is your likes and them views.
Okay.
It is. Crazy, okay. I don't want to contradict it either, but that is the pressure.
Okay.
I don't really talk too much about that. What it is, though.
Talk about it. I want to know.
It's about being known. Being recognized. That's the pressure. Being recognized of your work, and it because you may. I mean, it happens. I mean, now that it happens where everybody's doing the same thing. And sometimes you can't tell who was who because it may look the same or look similar.
Uh-huh.
Like for instance, like you do portraits. Someone else may do portraits. And
right.
From an average Joe and an average Joanne, they're gonna like, oh, that's Sneaker Fair's work. But nope, it's not. It's somebody else's. And I told you I could tell from yours and from everybody else's doing portraits.
Respect.
You really have to pay attention to detail, people. It's the detail. That's the main thing, detail. Because you have to find out, the detail is your signature. It's the signature of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, like for example, people. Like for example, these shoes. And like I said, I don't want to pop my ish on here, but I'm just saying now.
Hold up. We got Scrawny in the comments tripping. Shout out to Scrawny on Twitch. We appreciate you, brother. This man talking about paint them edges. That's the struggle, Scrawny. Paint them edges.
I know what's coming. Like I said,
hey, drop some fire emojis for Scrawny over on Twitch.
Look. Now them edges, if my girl ain't got edges, my sneakers do. That's all I gotta say.
What in the world?
That's all I gotta say. But anywho, with the detail, with finding the signature and all that stuff, like this for instance. Not to pop my shirt or even brag or even talk ish.
Hey, do it. You can do that here.
I can say honestly, like far as this design here, this right here, all this little stuff right here, the texture of that.
Talk to me.
I have not seen anybody done it. If someone have, let me know.
Oh.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to say it. But I am the originator of that.
Gasp. Oh, that's a very bold claim, my friend.
That I didn't want to take it there. But yes, I am the originator of that because
let me check these comments.
When I started off, and we're talking about like in the late 2000s, we're getting on 2010. Where I started doing that design. Now I'm not gonna say like far as like using like the paint dimension, all that stuff. No, because I already said that before. Where that came from and how that got started. Now, as far as that design, I have not seen anybody done that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm checking here in the comments on Twitch. Again, shout out to Scrawny Johnny 82 on Twitch. Go and follow him. Bless up. Scrawny Johnny said being original is tough these days and being consistent is pressure. So what do you think about that?
Yes, I do agree on that. And that's something I most definitely work on, try to do every time though, is being consistent. Now, Scrawny Johnny is most definitely consistent. And you're consistent too. We know that for sure on the live. We know that. You're consistent. But yeah, it is about being consistent though. Being consistent.
Yeah, man, I'm with that. Like Scrawny preaching. Hey, Scrawny, you keep playing, you keep commenting, you gonna be next on the pod. That's a promise. You better watch out.
Not even take over your podcast, just Scrawny Johnny. Yeah, you're next. You are next. I better see you next. You better be the third. Hey, you better be on that third episode. You better be on that third episode. I know Starry Night has a lot to say.
Oh man, he better. He better. Cause he gotta get on there. Hey, so on the pod, like if you saw the first episode, I like to get people's opinions on things in the media, and sometimes we might catch a little bit of art history, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about somebody that's it's a famous artist. His name is Sandro Botticelli. I typed that in the comments so you can look him up. He's famous for the Venus painting, so it's a lady on like a clamshell. like the birth of Venus is what it's called. It's a lady on a clamshell, like with the sea behind her.
I know
And that's
exactly
like
what you're
what.
talking about.
That's right. A lot of people know that one. Okay,
Exactly what you're talking
so my boy Sandro is a wild boy. You know, if you ask me, it's because I'm gonna read you this like little bit about him, from this book that I have that's called The Secret Lives of Great Artists. This book is, I mean, it's funny, it's exciting, and a bit of it is pretty hilarious. Yeah, Adobe did used to use that as their mascot. Okay, so Botticelli, one thing that he's known for, like a famous thing that he did was he bought this crib, this nice house, and right next to him was a neighbor that he didn't really get along with, right? So what the issue was his neighbor was like a tailor or a seamstress or whatever. By the way, Botticelli was famous in like the Renaissance times. Like he lived, I'll tell you exactly. He lived in like the 14, yeah. So he lived in like the 1400s. The birth of Venus was done in 1486. So it's a real old school player. So his neighbor had put a couple looms, like those like big things with like the big wheel that spin the yarn and stuff. He put a couple of those in his house. And so the issue was that it was like too loud, and Botticelli felt like he couldn't really get work done. So what the rumor is that he got on top of his roof and he put a boulder, like a boulder, a large rock, on his roof. And
Wow.
yeah, and so what he did was his neighbor had an issue with it because I guess it was a lot of noise. And what he basically told his neighbor was that, like, if you don't get it together, I'm gonna roll this boulder off onto your roof and smash through your smash through your roof, and calm down all that noise. So he was a pretty wild boy for that. And so I guess after that, him and his neighbor didn't have much static anymore because the neighbor took the looms and moved them around.
Wow.
I told you, man. I got some crazy stories for y'all, man. I got some crazy art stories. Now, would you ever or can you ever see yourself going that far as an artist to put, to like threaten your neighbor to be like, yo, I cannot concentrate on my artwork because you making so much noise? Like, this man he went as far enough to put a boulder on his roof to get ready to push off at any moment's notice onto his neighbor's roof to destroy his neighbor's tailoring equipment.
I want to know how in the world, or how damn hell he got the boulder up there, man.
We'll never know.
Boulder, yo.
We'll never know, bro.
That's what he put on his back and on the lap. I don't know.
Bro, this happened in the 15th century. There is no way to know how this happened.
Wow.
Because it wasn't no cranes or nothing. Like it wasn't like he had like some. It wasn't like he had some crane equipment and he just like, yeah, bring me that boulder.
I'm sure he had some type of help, some type of assistance. I know he ain't doing that by himself.
Bro, I don't know.
A strong man.
I don't know. See, like I know about that. And that's why I got this book, because like I know about like most of these artists. I know about them, but some of this stuff is nuts like that. Like, dang, bro, that's straight gangster. Like, like a boulder, bro. Like, a boulder, a giant rock. It's like, I'm gonna push this through your roof, dog. Like, keep playing with me. So, another cool thing about him is, if y'all go look up this painting, Birth of Venus, 1485. So one thing that he was known for was like he around this time people were not really painting realistic pictures of people. They were still like 2D pictures, and the people was kind of like at an awkward angle, like they kind of look like cardboard cutouts and stuff like that, like the way they painted people. And not many people had even like the portraits and stuff was like real cartoonish looking, and nothing to the scale of like what you see, maybe 100 or so years later. So he was like one of the early pioneers of like doing anatomically correct people and realism to a degree. But the difference is that he the skills of like people like Raphael, Leonardo, Da Vinci, and stuff like that, painting anatomically correct people was not a thing yet. So when he painted, especially like the birth of Venus, like you'll notice that she don't have like her shoulders are kind of shaped weird. She don't have like a clavicle, like like the bone that goes across like your chest bone. Hers is like shaped funny, and like her neck is like reasonably long. So like like his proportions were like really weird. Like she didn't have like shoulder blades. It was there was like a lot like the belly button. If you look at the picture, like her belly button is like almost where like where your rib cage ends.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like a lot of like different just offness to it, but that also became his signature, that he painted like that. So I brought that up to say like if you think there's something off about your work and stuff like that, keep in mind that a lot of artists have become famous off of like those flaws. Like he's known for that. The fact that like when he paints a person, like a realistic person, like they weren't realistic. They was more cartoonish because like they were misshapen because he didn't follow like proportions, and that type of training towards making proportionate people wasn't common back then. So be kind to yourself, when you out there creating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But that story about that boulder was probably the wildest thing that I've read so far about artists. No, it's not. That's not true. I got an even wilder story, several. But I think it was wild because it's like it was back in the day where people, like didn't have much, like so. More of the other wilder stories are more modern times. So,
Older. Woo.
yeah. Let me get your take on this. I really want to hear what you got to say about this. So you might have heard me say something about it. But this is the story of a artist who bought he bought a Lamborghini and blew it up so that he could sell the video as an NFT. I want to get your opinion on this. And looking at your face, I think whatever it is you have to say is going to be hilarious. Okay. So the this article is on Motor Trend News. It's several articles of it, like talking about it. The title is "The Artist Behind Exploding Lamborghini NFT Video Says It'll Pay for More Art." So he said the proceeds are going toward future public art installations, but the artist behind it still has a message to share. Okay. People blow up expensive cars with surprising frequency for various reasons. Some are mad that car exhibits problems, while others just blow up fancy rides to dunk on haters, exhibit wealth, or for no good reason. That's what I thought he did it for.
Yeah.
One artist who goes by the name Shlums is SHL0MS. Just blew up a Lamborghini Huracan. Okay, this is a like a $200,000 car.
Okay.
And and is now selling highly detailed videos of 888. I'm not sure what that is. 888 of the supercars remains as individual NFTs via auction. So he's selling like the pictures and the videos of the burnt parts of the cars for as an NFT in an auction. The pricing starts at zero point zero 0.01 ether, which is like $26 a piece. I actually have some ether. So someone else did this by an artist named Scar. I'm guessing it's money sign CAR. But so yeah, but the other artist did it with like it's like really choreographed, kind of like some movie like style stuff. Blah blah blah. So what people assumed immediately, like right after like this had happened, was like it was like a joke. Like they was trying to like take a jab at people who like thirsty about NFTs and like just like, oh, NFT this, NFT that. Something that I would do, blow up a car just to be like, NFTs are stupid. That's something I would probably do. I will admit I'm reasonably ignorant about NFTs, but I think NFT is a screenshot away from being worthless. That's just me. Again, this is an ignorant opinion, but real art to me will never, NFTs is no, just and what I mean by real art, excuse me, because what they do is art. I mean physical art.
Physical. Yep, physical.
Physical, something you can hold will never be replaced by something that is on the internet. Yes. No way.
Physical.
Okay. So yeah, so people thought that it was just to like make it look like NFTs is just something that's that's gonna it's gonna be like a come and go type situation. It's like that's a thing of the past. Like real soon, it's fly by night. That's what people thought that he was making a statement about. So they go to his Twitter account and they see like a lot of like things that you would kind of see on anybody else's NFT, NFT opportunities, anybody else that's invested in them. But they took a closer look at what he was doing, and they see that that other Twitter users are sharing the news. Like the actual news, TV news of the Lamborghini explosion, and they pinning it on Twitter, and that's actually like increasing the value of the NFTs. Like people are sharing this. Like, did you see this dummy blow up a Lamborghini? And that's making the NFT worth more. Mm-hmm. So they reached out to him to try to get a comment, and the artist prefers to be faceless, kind of like Banksy, what Banksy does, and he says that he's not like protesting against crypto, he's not making fun of crypto, but what he's doing is a critique of short-term greed. Like basically He basically said like I'm not making fun of crypto, but I'm making fun of people who are like making crypto a big deal. Yeah, pretty much is what I'm getting from this, and he's basically saying that he's showing how this is an example of digital currencies can be used for more than just zero sum wealth extraction, basically making money out of thin air. So Lamborghini actually has done work with artists to sell off NFTs, and funny enough, it's of an exploding Lamborghini. So that is also some reason why people thought that he was like mocking NFTs.
Yeah.
So again, back to his actual mission. Most of the proceeds of the sales he plans to use to fund future public art installations. He views NFTs for their original purpose, minting a digital entity's singularity on a blockchain as proof of its originality, and wants to use digital artwork's intersection with currency as a way to funnel value towards goods. So he's trying to do a Robin Hood type deal with blowing up Lamborghinis. Therefore, it makes sense to come to some degree, just as demolishing his Huracan is performative, the air of publicity from others feels like a performance itself. So, whoa, okay. Yeah. So, I guess the guy said, oh, okay, yeah, here it is right here. So, he bought the car for $250,000, $200,000. But the thing is he bought a used one. So it was like a rundown Lamborghini anyway.
Okay.
We should let you know, because if I'm not mistaken, this Lamborghini brand new, a Huracan brand new, is like $800,000. It's almost $1 million. It's like, I think like 800,000. I think, yeah. I believe for maybe for a specific one. Last I checked, but he blew it up though, like to make a video and sell for NFTs. Just like what?
Yeah, that's
what you think about that, bro?
I'm still trying to figure the NFT thing. I still don't know to this day. I hear a lot about it, that and crypto and Bitcoin and all that stuff. I'm like, what is all this? What is this?
Yeah, you speaking French when you're talking to me. I'm just a humble, simple-minded artist.
That's it. What?
I don't even draw digitally anyway.
I just see a lot of people just investing in doing that. I'm like, well, okay. You just doing art on a tablet or whatever, and you just post it on there, and I don't get it. How are you making money off a picture on a computer or whatever, on a tablet, on a phone? I don't understand.
Well, we gonna get, hopefully we have a buddy or somebody else has a buddy that can talk to us.
I do my, like I said, I'm gonna listen and like, okay, but okay, yeah. But okay, that makes sense. But of now, I'm like, I'm still trying. I'm very
because I'm super old school. I don't know nothing about
exactly. I didn't want to say that word, but you did. You said it. Yes, I'm very old.
If it's not paint, I don't know what to do. If it's not a pencil, if it's not a pencil, I don't know what to do. You asked me about
if it's not physical, I'm not gonna understand. The physical of it, I understand, but this NFT, I'm like, I heard people, making a lot of money off of it, and I'm like, how?
Yeah, bro, I don't know nothing about it. Okay, I want to read this one. I got to, like, I was gonna save all of these for individual podcasts, but they this is some crazy stuff, and like, I know how you react to like crazy stuff. Yeah. So have I told you?
I love it.
Have I told you about the dude? You know about the MoMA? You know what the MoMA is, right?
The MoMA.
MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Okay.
Right. So did I tell you that it was a dude running around like stabbing people that worked at the MoMA? Did I tell you that?
I think you probably did. I was listening to it when I wasn't on the
live. Right. This dude is a wild boy. This dude is a wild boy. He was specifically stabbing people that worked for the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. He wasn't just like, they happened. He was targeting people that worked at the MoMA.
Easy.
Kev Academia says I gotta go back to the MoMA, but homie stabbing people. I know, like, bro, I was in there, like, no, bro. Yeah, shout out to Kev Academia on Twitch. Appreciate you, brother.
I'm afraid if I was doing that, I was afraid to have like I don't know, like maybe some type of merch or some type of apparel or anything. Anything. It could be like a bag. You don't even work there or anything. You just have that. You're just a visitor, just checking out the work or whatever.
Right. Appreciate you, Van Gogh and Coco. Appreciate you. Hey, Billy Kev. Billy Kev, I know.
Oh, Billy Kev,
I know everything. I know. Bro, so look, this story is wild. So, get your chuckles on. So this dude, he's stabbing employees. So, if you go in there, just don't wear what they wear. But, this is why he stabbed them. He stabbed them because his membership was revoked. He loves MoMA. He love that museum. Don't take that museum from him.
You know what this sound like to me? This sound like some crazy Ohioan. I don't even want to put that on my state like that. I love my state. It sounds like some crazy Ohioan stuff I would hear on like 5:30 news.
Yeah, bro, you ain't never heard nobody being gangster about going to the museum.
This
dude is straight gangster.
Oh, you want to
bro? So these must be the people he stabbed. Must be the people who kicked him out. Let's find out. So, mind you, I know about this, but I never read any articles. I knew about it. So, police say the suspect came to the museum about 4:15 p.m. and stabbed 2 employees. They say the suspect was a member of the museum and had just received a letter revoking his membership a day prior. The man wanted to see a film and jumped the reception desk and proceeded to attack and stab the employees in the back, collarbone, and neck. This dude is a trained killer. Like, he is crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, they were fine. Like he didn't get no good licks in. Wow. Police say they know who the suspect is because they're looking for him in connection with 2 prior incidents in Midtown. This dude is stabbing up people, bro. This is a trained killer. This is an assassin.
Yeah. For real.
Employees of the museum also know the suspect. I told you. Because he is a museum regular. He loves the MoMA. He was seen on surveillance fleeing the museum after the attack. He is described as a 60-year-old white man with a black jacket and a blue surgical mask. Under his jacket, he has a colorful patterned shirt and a hood. You got to coordinate. Museum goers inside said the scene inside was chaos during the incident. Yeah, I bet it's a dude running around trying to assassinate people. Right, Assassin's Creed up in here. This dude is crazy.
Assassin's Creed, right?
Oh my god. Cause his he wow, bro. What is this? Okay, so this is some eyewitness testimony. I was watching Picasso and Cezanne, just enjoying the museum, and suddenly they said museum is closed, and the people started running. What? They started shouting, "Get out! Get out for your own safety!"
Oh,
bruh, they was acting like John Wick was in there. D Daly was in the gift shop with his daughter when employees rushed them to the safe room in the basement. It was nerve-wracking. I was trying to keep myself calm for my daughter. A tourist says she saw the horror unfold as everyone raced out. I saw like a ribbon there with police written on it. Then a woman lying like sitting on the floor alive. What in the world? Who typed this? But then I think I saw a patch of blood on the wall, she said. Bruh, he was in there like really getting his Assassin's Creed on over this museum, bro. This dude crazy. Oh my god.
Wow. Wild.
MoMA announced they will be closed Sunday as police investigate and continue to search for the suspect. Yeah, I remember that. So I want to remind you that this happened like 2 weeks ago. This was 2 weeks ago. Yes, that's why I was telling y'all about this. When we was on live and I kept telling y'all somebody was stabbing people at the museum, this is what I was talking about.
Oh my God.
Bro, this dude crazy. This dude crazy. And it's other articles about him where they were saying like he had sent somebody what did he do? He sent somebody a dead rat or something. Something crazy he did. Like this dude is a wild boy, bro. just think about that and tell me what you think about this, bro. Tell me what you think about this crazy ass story. Yeah, he mailed so allegedly he mailed a dead rat to his boss at a theater.
Oh wow.
Allegedly.
Wow.
This dude is apparently a wild boy. So he was a usher. He was a usher, and he got fired. So he mailed him a dead rat.
Wow. God damn, y'all. That man.
He sent him a dead rat in a shoebox.
In a shoebox. Oh,
Yeah, bro.
I'm curious what brand of this box he used.
It was a Yeezy box.
Oh wow. Oh god. It was the same box that his black Air Force Ones came out of, because this dude is black Air Force One energy. You giving black Air Force Ones a bad name. I love black Air Force Ones. This is why we can't get anything positive about the black Air Force Ones, because of that foolishness right there. For crying out loud. I have black right now. Can't even wear.
So when he sent the dead rat, it had a message with it that said "Payback is coming." This dude is a master assassin.
Yes, yes, man.
So I guess he found out that the New York Post was reporting on this or whatever. So I guess he sent them a message that said "F you," and he called them a private part. So hey, this dude got a rap sheet, bro. You know, I guess another manager at the theater, he punched him in the face. This dude is crazy, dude.
And this is in New York, right?
Yes.
You
bro,
know
if you never been, it's a different place. It's a whole different place, bro.
You know what? Where's this crazy guy to send that dead rat and that message to the New York Knicks? I like my Knicks, man. I need him for that. So the Knicks get right.
This dude is crazy, man.
That is crazy. That's beyond crazy to me. That's beyond crazy.
Bro, apparently, so this is probably a week ago. This dude is unhinged, bro. He said he set a hotel he set a hotel on fire in downtown Philly. This dude is
What the?
this, this dude is crazy,
Hey,
man.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Bro, so I guess he oh man. So what he was doing was he was trying to, I guess maybe he's a big fan of Van Gogh. Shout out to Van Gogh and Coco. That's the Van Gogh I know. Um he was trying to go see Van Gogh. So when he got there, they didn't let him in, and he flipped out. So, they I guess in his mind they were conspiring to ban him from going to the museum. And this dude is nuts. He flipped out. He apparently it's because they told him that he couldn't go see Starry Night. He couldn't go see the Starry Night painting ever again. So he stabbed him. And I guess he said the girls was in on the girls was in on, like, trying to plot on him not being able to go to the museum anymore to see Starry Night. So he stabbed him. Uh, I guess the opinions of him was that he was an aggressive and disruptive, person, I guess. But this, it's a possibility that he might be mentally ill, because they looked him up, they looked his address up,
Yeah.
and he was staying at a place that's for mentally ill people. On a serious note.
Yeah.
On
I
a
was gonna
serious
ask
note,
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. He may be bipolar, but you know, without knowing that, this dude is, Ezio Auditore. This dude is a master ninja. He tried to take these people out, man. Wow. You want to talk about news, some art news. There goes some art news for you right there.
Yeah, that was art news. That was art news there.
That is art news for you, bro. Man, I could never understand that. So, last thing, I got this game that I want to do, and pretty much I need you to grab three things. You got three things that's in your studio, three random things, right?
Okay.
And you gonna think, and I want you to think of three random celebrities, and you got to explain why each celebrity gets each thing.
Ooh. Okay.
And go.
Okay. Grab
You don't have to
three.
actually get them. You don't have to physically get them.
Oh, okay. So, oh, that's what I mean. I got some stuff. I can just pop it like, okay, here you go. But okay, three celebrities.
Yeah, three things, three celebrities, and why each celebrity gets what you give them.
Ooh, celebrities. That's including professional athletes as well, right?
That counts.
Okay. Fair enough.
Celebrities are celebrities.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Okay, fine. My pencil here. I use this to hold and think a lot, and then do what I do, and just finesse things. I'll say I'll hand this and use this for Curry, Stephen Curry. This I'll use.
Okay.
Give him this because the way how he plays on the court and performs on the court, where he just runs around and get open and shoot the ball from out the gym to the parking lot and stuff. That's what this is for. He can just draw it out, and it's gonna work. It's going to work. Okay, that's one. I need two more. Ooh, man. I'm going to say my water. And that's something we need in life, period. Without it, it's nothing. So who I'll hand that water to, I'm going to say celebrity as far as water. I'm going to say Currency, because without his music it's nothing for me. So yes,
Okay.
he's the water for me. He's my water. Okay, the third. Okay, the third celebrity. Okay. I'm gonna say, all right, this is gonna be crazy right here.
Go for it. Talk to me.
My left hand.
What?
Hand my left hand. Hand my left hand. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know
And who gets this?
Steve Young. You know why? Because he's a left-hander just like me.
What?
We got to make a fair trade. We have to fair. What I'm trying to get at is we're gonna have to make a fair trade where I have his hand, he have mine. So I'm willing to cut my left hand off to get his left hand. The way he throws.
Okay. you know.
Super
You know. I was assuming this was about to be weird, and it got weirder than what I thought it was gonna get. You know, I have to admit that that got really weird. You know, I was like, you know, don't say nothing, don't say nothing really weird. You know, like don't say nothing weird, because you know I do want to upload this, and then you said that, and I was like, that was weirder than what I thought you was about to say. What? Huh?
I don't even know. But I'm going. But yeah, though.
Are you sleepy?
No, I'm not.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Did the MoMA dude stab you? You got some blood loss?
I'm gonna see right now. No, I don't. No, I got none of that on me. I had none of that on me.
What? Not what I expected. Wait a minute. That do not count. No. That do not count. Cause that is not an item in your studio. That is a body part. No. Try again.
Exactly. You absolutely right. Yeah, so that was Okay, an item. You did say not your body. Okay.
Body parts don't count, future players. Body parts don't count.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Very crazy. But you said items, though. You said items.
Items.
Things, people. Things.
Yes.
Things.
I better not catch you on the news stabbing people at museums.
Okay, items. I said a pencil. I said the water.
Or blowing up cars for money. Rocks on top of buildings.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, those are crazy. I'm thinking really hard on the third one as far as items, though, who I'll give to celebrity to. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, erased all that, people. Woo. He said items. I can't think of a third item, y'all. To a celebrity. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Not too hard now. Cause this is a good one. This is really a good one, man. It's really a good one.
I figured it would be.
Yeah. But that third one, I forgot. Yeah. That was everybody just excuse me on that one. Cause he did say items. He said items. Cause I'm trying to think of the third one. You see, I'm like, ew. You know what? This one I give somebody with a third item. Third item would be my paints. Colorful
okay.
paints. There we
paints.
go.
Who would you give that to?
And who I would give that to? Ooh. I will give that to PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker. Okay.
And you know why I would give that to PJ Tucker? Cause all these paints right here and all these multiple colors, the way he have a lot of sneakers is the way I want him to have a whole lot of paints and a whole lot of colors.
That's exactly what I was about to say. PJ Tucker definitely has a lot of sneakers. Apparently, it's supposed to be the biggest sneakerhead in the game.
And not only the rare sneakers, he getting PEs and exclusives, samples. So
that's what they say. Yeah. That's what they say.
Woo.
Okay, well,
get sweat off me on that third one.
Wow, this
guy. So funny. You got me on that. I'm glad you got me on that though. I really did. He like what? Like no, not bodies, not the part of body.
Yeah, but bodies don't count.
Oh,
I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you. Nobody considers body parts items, except you, I guess. But yeah, better not find you on the news.
oh no,
no. Right.
But what it was, I'm trying to think of the people that that are like that inspires me, and I do like watch and listen to and like all that stuff going on as a kid and stuff. That's why I said that. So
okay.
That's why I said that third one. That's supposed to be the third one, but yeah.
Right. Okay then. Well, let's close it on out then. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you? Tell us about any current projects you got, any future projects, and we'll close this thing on out.
All right. Everybody can go follow me on Instagram, KCJ Customs at Instagram. And I also do have a Facebook as well. It's the same. It's KCJ Customs. And the name will be Kawhi James. And any latest projects, I mean, I can say they're coming. I got some coming on the way. Y'all just stay tuned in that. Follow, like, comment. All comments are good to me. I don't care if they're bad or negative. I like the feedback. Just let people know that.
Okay. Y'all better not ever give me a negative comment ever in your life. Ever in your natural life. As long as you a child of God, you better not give me a negative comment. You hear? I'ma mail you a dead rat.
Hey,
no games.
If you do, I'm gonna mail you a left hand. Somebody left hand.
I'm still posting this on all platforms. So if he ever mails you a hand, he going to jail.
Hey.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I appreciate you, my brother. Everybody go give KCJ a follow. Shout outs to the fam on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you. Y'all make this possible. Without y'all, it wouldn't even be a point to this podcast. It'd be two dudes just talking crap. So again, thank you to the A&H fam. Appreciate you. I've been your host, Anthony from Sneaker Fair Kicks. And you know what to do. Make art and hustle. Peace.
You're listening to the Unpainted Podcast with Sneaker Fair Kicks, the dopest artists weighing in on staying creative, money, fame, and glory. Get that creative kick you need for the weekend. The Unpainted Podcast. Make art and hustle.
I had your hand, I cut.